So I know one of the bigger shifts that's happening right now, and that you're going to know a lot more about than I know about, is the kind of changes in animal testing, with regards to bringing brands to market in China. Can you talk me through what some of those changes are? Just because I don't know them super
Yeah.
intimately, and then potentially how that affects the choices of a brand, right? Whether it's more cross border or going
Sure.
direct, like how does that influence things?
Yeah, so as of May the 1st, there's been some changes in the process of bringing your products and registering your products into China. Previously, products coming into China would have to undergo some form of animal testing, even though we wouldn't know exactly what they would do according to each of the products. However, as of May the 1st, there's been a directive that would allow products to enter into China if they pass what we would call their ingredients are on the white list, so they've been sanctioned in China. So whilst animal testing has gone away, your products still need to undergo, and the INCI list needs to be supplied and registered onshore. That process can take anywhere between 6 months to 2 years to register your products, just depending on the complexities. Typically, special cosmetics are the ones that can come through are usually the more generic products, but to so far today, it's more challenge. It's still a challenge to get register your products because many of the ingredients aren't allowed still, and
Yep.
obviously complex products like SPF and things like that are much more challenging. So the routes to get into China still, in my view, haven't changed. Cross border is still the primary channel that we should focus on, just
Yep.
because the consumer's already been trained in his mind that these products are coming from overseas and these products are authentic. They are well recognized, and they're coming directly from the brand. Because to open up these channels on Alibaba, you need to have all the certificates and authentication to be able to sell those products in the local markets.
For those that are kind of less sophisticated when it comes to the cross border process, which I could even throw myself in that bucket,
Yeah.
like how is that different? Like how does the cross what are the steps in a cross border process? If I'm a
Yeah.
brand and I want to sell in China, whether it's with you or on my
Anyway,
own, how does that
sure.
work?
So the cross-border channel was set up to allow brands to enter the Chinese market without having to register onshore. Um, and the Chinese government set up this channel so that consumers can buy products. So let's say, for example, you wanted to buy products, but there's a certain cap on how many products you can buy per year. So there's a
Mm-hmm.
cap. So let's call that, I believe it's around just over under 5,000 US dollars. So there is only so much that can go through that channel. So what happens is there are these warehouses that are set up throughout China that are bonded warehouses where your products will be shipped into, and then only when the consumer purchases that product online does it get picked and packed and sent directly to the consumer. But the consumer would have to enter in the equivalent of your passport details so that everyone can track what's been bought by who and how much. But it's a nice way for the product, the consumer to first discover your product because they know that when they go to Tmall Global or one of those cross-border channels, they know that this product is a foreign product. Typically, the
Mm-hmm.
consumer knows what they want to buy, so because it's quite a lot of effort. So when they go and find, the Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen, they've probably heard about it through Austin Lee, and they know where to go and collect it from. So it's really that's how the process works. So at SuperOrdinary, as we build these brands up through a variety of channels, and the ones that you obviously are most familiar with are the live streaming and the influencer channels. We see a very strong correlation in understanding how that process works. However, the data available to us in China is not as readily available as you see in the US. So, I think you and I both talked about tribe dynamics one day coming into China, which may still be the case, hopefully, which really helps us analyze, the influencer and earn media value, because I think that type of data is still very hard for us to grab onto.
Yeah, I mean, China would be a massive market for us given our kind of brand footprint. We're big in fashion, big in beauty, big in, luxury, which all do I mean, it's the biggest category for luxury. It will probably soon be, or biggest country by sales for luxury, probably will be for beauty in the not too distant future. So it would be massive, and I'd love to work with you on it. So that's part of the reason I brought you on the podcast, is to bribe you into working with me.
Let's shake hands.